So we have a short but bright video ahead of us today talking about the state of Portal. I'm going to be sampling some of the information from some Twitter interactions from Justin, aka the Portal Man. And he has been a very refreshing presence in the last couple of days on Battlefield Twitter. And we're going to talk about the important things right now. The Tier 1 progression, the XP in Portal, and a couple other things that he has addressed recently. So let's just dive into this right now. Somebody asked him on Twitter, how has limited XP in Portal and Tier 1 progression for 2042 items in Portal not been addressed yet? And his response was, thanks for bringing this up. You're not wrong. It's taking us too long to get this resolved. Something that should have been simple is proving to be quite complex. But look for an update next week. There will be a phased approach to improving the progression in Battlefield Portal. Now, honestly, though this is a short and sweet response, there is a lot to unpack right here. First and foremost, he's saying that the community is right about something. This is a huge thing because there's a lot of radio silence on the opinions and feelings from some of the representatives of DICE and EA right now. So he comes in, not only says, we're right, we understand, but he also comes through with it's taking us too long to get this resolved. To me, that's accountability. That's them saying, okay, we're really needing to step this up. There's no excuse. We just got to get things done. This is the first bit of anything resembling accountability coming from any of the representatives. So for this, I really appreciate this because I do believe firmly that until things are explained, addressed, and a proper roadmap is given, we can't start the healing phase. We can't move forward. We are stuck in place until that actually happens. So moving on, he goes on to say that it's become a harder task than expected, but we are getting an update next week, and that could mean we actually might get some sort of a fix or the first initial part of it. But he says there's going to be a phased approach to improving the progression in Battlefield Portal, which means it's probably going to be something we see roll out in those different phases. We might get a bit of an incline. What they don't want is a full-out, all-out, probably way to manipulate or exploit it like we saw on launch. And I think that's what they're going to do, gradually improve this thing until they get it just right, which I'm okay with. It doesn't have to be fixed immediately. You know, there could be so many flaws with just do one extreme difference. So I understand this, and I'm okay with this, and I'm really happy with how he responded to this. This guy, however, was not very happy with his response, dismissing it and just going, no one cares anymore. And he comes in with the most polite but savage way of saying, sad, but we're going to fix it anyways. Which was the acceptable way of saying, I don't care about how you feel. I got something to get done, which is some big energy. My man pulled out the 30 mils on Twitter, and I'm okay for it. I'm here for this kind of energy and confidence. This is what we need. Praise be to Portal Man. Last but not least, and this is a question I see a lot from the community, is any word on if/when the rule editor will be added to Rush and other objective-based modes? And he responds with, so that is tricky. Since those modes were made in Frostbite instead of using Portal logic, we would need to rebuild it from scratch, so it's in the discussion phase. But this would also need a form of spatial editor to pull off in Portal as it requires placement of MCOMs, etc. So what I understand here is this is something they would like to do, but realistically with the current workload on their plate, we won't see this for a long time, if ever. That does seem like quite a bit of work for something like that. I don't know, but I wanted to leave that information there as it is an insight into how they are operating and what they're doing with this. And it's finally a response to this question, which I have seen quite a bit of from the community. So that is a nice little news update. We have some information on Portal. We're talking about when we can start earning some of those things in progression and XP inside of Portal, and hopefully this means it's going to generate more traffic and more people comfortable going in there to play games like Rush, those that are pursuing the Tier 1 progression and whatnot. So that is very good news, and we should have a more clear and precise understanding of what they're doing with that next Thursday. Remember to subscribe, tick that bell so you don't miss that video, because I will make it Thursday when it does drop down, and we will cover everything we need to on that release. So thanks again for sharing part of your day with us. I will see you with another 2042 video tomorrow.